Oh, Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhatta Hare Krishna Hare Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Kriti Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Kriti Gaura Nitai. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्री श्री भक्ति की जय, श्री श्री निताय की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नित्यानंद त्रयोदश महामहोत्सव की जय. Is the voice clear? When you are saying voice is not clear? So during okay. You ask Mataji. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं अद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते आय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः. पंचतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं. वन्दे श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य नित्यानंद सहोदितौ गौडोदये पुष्पवन्तौ चित्रौ शम्दौ तमोनुदौ
आजानुलम्बितभुजो कनकावधातौ सङ्कीर्तनैकपितरौ कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरौ द्विजवरौ युगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरौ करुणावतारौ वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंदा, जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा। Welcome all of you on this most auspicious occasion of Nityananda Triyodasi. Lord Nityananda's identity is beautifully explained in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. I will share the page with you. Just a minute. This is Adila, 5th chapter. वन्दे वन्दे अनन्ताद्भुतैश्वर्यं श्रीनित्यानन्दं ईश्वरं यस्येच्छया तत्स्वरूपम् अज्ञेनापि निरूप्यते. He's saying, Vande Ananta Adbhuta Aishwarya. Lord Nityananda is Ananta also. Lord Nityananda, brother of Krishna, who is Balaram, who comes in 5 forms. The 3 Vishnu forms, like Mahavishnu, Garbhodaksha Vishnu, Kshirodaksha Vishnu, and then Sankarshan and Adishesh, in these 5 forms. That's what is mentioned here. You will see identity of Balarama. Sarvavatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram Eke Swarupa Dohe Bhinna Matra Kaya Adya Kaya Vyuha Krishna Lila Rasahaya. See, Krishna is called as Avatari. Avatari means source of all avatars. Sarva Avatari Krishna. Swayam Bhagavan. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. And Balaram is his Prakash. So Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. He's saying his second body is Balaram. Prabhupada says the difference between Krishna and Balaram is only color. He's white, Krishna is Shamla Varna. Yekai Swarupa Dohe. Bhinna Matra Kaya. Only their bodies are 2 separate bodies. Adya Kaya Vyuha, Krishna Lila Rasahaya. Although Balaram is also expansion of Krishna, he comes to assist Krishna. He expands. Balaram's expansion is especially for assisting Krishna as a servant of Krishna. And here he says, Sankarshana Karana Toshashayi Garbhoshayi Chapayobdhi Shayi Sheshascha Yasyam Shakala Sanitya Nitya Nandakya Rama Sharanam Mamastu. Kaviraj Goswami here is saying, Nityananda Akhya Rama. His name is Nityananda. Ram, I am taking his shelter. I am seeking his shelter. And who is he? Sankarshana. He is the first Sankarshan. And then Karana Toshashayi means the Mahavishnu. Garbhodashayi means Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Paya Abdhi means milk ocean. Shai means who is the milk ocean? He is the Kshirodaksha Vishnu. Yeah. And then 5th is Sheshaha. So these are the 5 expansions of Nityananda, he says. Lord Balaram is the Mula Sankarshan and assumes 5 other forms to serve Krishna. In 4 forms as Mahasankarshan, 3 Purushavataras serve in creation. And Lord Shesha serves Krishna. And Balaram is Nityananda. So, Balaram and Nityananda are non-different. That is established in this. Yeah. Mayatite Vyapi Vaikuntaloke Purnaishwarye Sri Chaturvyuha Madhye Rupam Jasyodbhati Sankarshanakhyam Tam Shri Nityananda Ramam Prapadye. This establishes Nityananda as a Sankarshan and the Chaturvyuha. Vasudeva Sankarshan Pradyumna Aniruddha. So the Sankarshan is actually called as Mula Sankarshan. This establishes his identity with Sankarshan. So the Paravyoma is the spiritual sky where millions of spiritual planets are floating. There is Dwarka, Mathura, Vrindavan, and and also here you see here that Gokula is the highest of all. The Gokula and the earth and the Golakam down, they are non-different. The Chintamani Bhumi. And here, that's vividly explained in the Brahma Samhita. Krishna's expansions in 3 divisions of Gokul. So, 3 divisions means already I told you, these 3, Dwarka, Mathura, and Vrindavan. And then the pastimes of Narayana are in the Vaikuntha planets, where devotees are awarded 4 kinds of liberation. Now, outside Vaikuntha planets, there is a glowing effulgence of Krishna's body. And there are many Siddhas who reach there. Even the demons who are killed reach that place after being liberated. And then Maha Sankarshan, or actually Mula Sankarshan is in the first quadruple, that is Vasudeva Sankarshan Pradyumna Aniruddha. After that, Narayana, then comes second quadruple expansion, which is called Maha Sankarshan, the second one. From there, Maha Sankarshan comes Mahavishnu. In pure goodness and contains, okay. And then Karnataksha Vishnu, Amsha of the Lord, Amsha of Lord Nityananda. This is what I told you before. So, in this way, the identity of Balram is established by Kaviraj Goswami. You will see. And then what Mahavishnu does, what Garbhodaksha Vishnu does, all that is explained, which we will not get into those details. You all know it. So, here he says, regarding Garbhodaksha Vishnu, what he says, you see, Yasyam Shamshah, Srila Garbho Dashai. Yasya Amsha Amsha, like that he says. Then for the Kshirodaksha Vishnu, he will say, Yasyam Sham Shamsha, he will say. Amsha Amsha Amsha, 3 he will say. I'll show you that verse. See here. For Kshirodaksha Vishnu, what he is saying? Yasyam Sham Sham Shamha. Paratma Khilana. Poshta. Vishnur Bhati. Dugdhabdi Shai. So he is the Amsha 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 of Lord Nityananda. Ananta Shesha is Kala of Lord Nityananda. Kala means Amshamsha. Kala. So, activities of Kshirodaksha Vishnu, his location is explained. He is super soul in the heart of all. So, in this way, this is the identity of Lord Nityananda is established in this chapter. So, here it is mentioned, Nityananda has unlimited manifestations, but as a guru, Krishna is massaging Lord Balram's feet. You can see. When Balram lies, Krishna massages his feet. When Krishna lies, Balram massages his feet. Which means Balram becomes, actually as a servant, he knows Krishna as his master. It's all I will repeat this. Ekala Ishvara Krishna Rasa Babhritya.
Ekala Ishvara Krishna Rasa Babhritya.
Chena chaye se taiche kare nritya.
Yarite chena chaye se taiche kare nritya.
You will find in the 7th chapter of the Adi Leela, you will find all consider themselves servants, including Srimati Radharani also, even Yashoda also considers herself servant of Krishna. That is the mood in which all the associates internally, that is their internal state of consciousness, externally overwhelmed by love, they behave like a mother, they behave like a father, they behave like a lover, behave like a friend, like that. That is due to the intensity of their love. Just like, for example, a prime minister's mother may not, consider him prime minister. Even if somebody tells her he is prime minister, she will say, it's all right. It's for you, he is prime minister. For me, he's a son. Like that. And then other expansions will be explained. See, one more is explained here. Thus, Lord Chaitanya is also the only controller. Lord Advaitacharya is directly the Supreme Lord. Lord Nityananda formally appeared as Lakshman. As Balram, he became Krishna's elder brother. They are both Supreme Lord. Govinda appears in his plain. So in this way, Lord Nityananda's glory is explained by Kaviraj Goswami in this chapter. So whenever we celebrate any festival day, one of the first things we should do is to understand the identity of the person. So Balram, he wears a bluish dhoti, and he has a hair like Nityananda. He has a hair over his head, and then he has a pearls strewn around it, and his eyes are always like lotus petal like eyes. And we were singing just now a few minutes ago. We are praying for the glance of Nityananda Prabhu on us, isn't it? Because Nityananda Prabhu has certain specific roles he plays, which I am going to show you in the notes just now. I'll just share this 1 minute. Which is very important for sadhana bhaktas to know. So here, Nityananda's identity is established in Gaura Ganodesh Deepika, where Nityananda Prabhu is Lord Balaram himself that is confirmed. And Chaitanya Bhagavat also, Chaitanya Charitamrita also, and accepted by all the acharyas, including Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has accepted, and all. Therefore, when we talk in the morning about the 10 offenses, what is the fourth offense? To blaspheme the Vedic literatures, and not have faith in not only the Vedic literature, but also in the pursuance of the Vedic literature, they say. So because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the acharyas of the line, like Bhakti Thakur and Bhakti Vinod Thakur, these are very authentic acharyas. They have declared about these personalities. Our acceptance of these truths is based on our faith in them. Correct, no? Because they also have quoted, when Bhakti Vinod Thakur was questioned about Lord Chaitanya's identity, he wrote the Chaitanya Upanishad, this thing. He wrote Chaitanya Upanishad commentary. So, and one important role of Nityananda Prabhu is Adi Guru, or Mula Shakti of compassion. So, Balaram is the original Guru Tattva. So, Nityananda functions the same function he does. And his embodiment of mercy. Nityananda is the original Guru. Without his mercy, one cannot approach Gauranga. What is the evidence for this? You can see that Raghunath Das could not go to Lord Chaitanya directly. So he got the mercy of Nityananda, and then he was accepted. Similarly, Prataprudra could not approach Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu until Nityananda arranged for a piece of cloth from Mahaprabhu to Prataprudra and arranged for the meeting of Pratapradra's son with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then Prataprudra got the direct meeting with Lord Chaitanya and the Rath Yatra time. You will see that. And there are many, many evidences like this. You will see that Rup Sanatan, when they met Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Ramkeli, they didn't meet Mahaprabhu directly. They changed their Veshbhush, everything, and went to meet Nityananda Prabhu first. Then Nityananda Prabhu arranged the meeting with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We can give many, many examples like this. So, how does it matter to us? How is it relevant to us? We may ask. So, 3 examples I gave you just now: Raghunath Das, Rup Sanatan, and Prataprudra I gave. We can give many, many more examples like this. So, one should know that Guru and Krishna should be worshipped together. There is one famous verse. Yasya deve parabhaktir yata deve tata gurau tasyaite kadzahyarta prakashante mahatmanah. This verse says that one who worships Guru and Krishna together, Yasya deve parabhaktir, parabhakti is transcendental devotion service to Krishna. Yata deve tata gurau, it is said. Sometimes a person wants to directly approach Krishna, neglecting Guru, sidelining Guru, and one thinks that I will become a lover of Krishna. There are many people nowadays, they want to become a lover of Krishna practicing Raganuga Bhakti. They say there is no need of Shastra, no need of Guru, because we want to directly go to Raga Bhakti, and we want to become a lover of God directly. Nobody should come between me and Krishna. They say like that. And such people are called Sahajiyas. They tend to become Sahajiyas, and they become, they become misdirected in their life. Over a period of time, they will become asar. And it has been seen in our Congress also, some people have got deviated. They are called apasampradayas. And the other category of people, they make Guru into God. They are Mayavadis, we call it. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo, Maheshwara, they will say. Guru Sakshat Parabrahma. So they will say that Guru is God. So they don't accept Guru as a servant of God. So because of that, They are Mayavadis. So the people who accept only Krishna become Sahajiyas. People who accept only Guru become impersonalists. Huh? So we should accept whom? Guru or Krishna?
Both.
Both, yeah, that's the whole point. That's why we worship in the altar, worship Gaur Nitai together. Chaitanya Nityananda, together we have to worship. Similarly, in our parampara, we know that we go to Guru through, we go to Krishna through the Guru only. Like we have heard the song, Dalita Vishakayadi Yato Sakhi Vrinda Ajnaya Korivo Seva Charana. So we sing that when Lalita and Vishaka will order me to give the chamar or give the flower or anything to offer to Radharani, I will stand by their side and I will offer them. So through them we go to the divine couple. We don't directly approach. So this is one important point. And in this connection, you will see that Balaram acted as Adi Guru also. When Ramaharshan Sutta neglected Balaram, with a touch of a grass on his head, instantly he was finished. Our Ramaharshan Sutta. And all the Brahmanas cried out. They said, alas, alas, we were supposed to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from him. Now that the Bhagavatam speaker is finished, how will we hear all these thousands of sages? Balaram said, don't worry, I'll bring him back to life. So they said, no, Balramji, you are the Adi Guru. If something you decide, we should not act against your desire. So we know you are capable of bringing him back to life, but we don't want that. Instead, you can empower his son, Sutta Goswami. The son, Sutta Goswami, he was a very humble devotee, great soul. He had heard from Shukadeva Goswami. So he was empowered. So that's a pastime which teaches how one who neglects the Guru becomes asar. Adantasya, avinitasya, natasyeva, ajitatmana, it is said. He was not a humble person, not sense-controlled person, although he was very learned, this Ramaharshan Sutta. He was a disciple of Veda Vyasa. So no matter how scholarly we be, if you're going to ignore the Guru's instruction and try to jump, override the Guru and go to Krishna, we cannot attain Krishna. That's one thing, one lesson. Another pastime is, you will see Balram carries a plow and Krishna carries flute. The whole world is eager to run to Krishna when he is playing on the flute. Many students ask, when will I hear the flute sound of Krishna? Actually, to hear the flute sound of Krishna, first Balram has to dig your heart and plow the field, and then sow the seed and water the seed. So without Guru plowing and purifying our anarthas and bring about anartha nivritti, we cannot suddenly attain artha pravritti and hear the flute sound of Krishna. People actually want shortcuts to attain Krishna directly, which is not a right thing. That's why Lord Nityananda Triyodasi today is a very important day, because he is Adi Guru designing in this world to make way for jivas to attain Lord Krishna. For example, there's one verse I recited in the beginning, correct? What is it? Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahoditau Gaudodiye Pushpavantau Chitrausham Dauratamon. This verse says, this Nityananda and Gauranga Mahaprabhu, it's like both have come, descended together. It's like sun and moon together in the sky. You will never find them. Generally, when you see sun in the daytime, the moon won't be seen. In the moon in the nighttime, you won't see the sun. But the speciality of Gaur Nitya is sun and moon have arisen together. Because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he comes to give the Madhuri Ujjvala Bhakti, especially Shuddha Bhakti of Radha and Krishna, he comes to give that. And Nityananda Prabhu comes to give mercy. He is compassionate, so it's compared to the moon. The sun is hot and the moon is cool. And at the same time, both are required for us. The warmth of the sun is required. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very strict in expecting the purity with which one can attain Krishna successfully. And he does not, he's called as a Patita Pavan, but not a Kapata Pavan, isn't it? He's strict. At the same time, Nityananda Prabhu is considered very merciful. And if somebody slips from the standard of devotion service, Nityananda Prabhu thinks about how to repair him and how to establish him back. one should not take undue advantage of Nityananda's mercy. Huh? At the same time, Nityananda is considered very compassionate. For example, once Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu, "Oh Nityananda, you are a better preacher than I," he said. And he asked, "My dear Lord, why do you say so? I am your servant." Lord said, "You see, I am a chakra wielding preacher." When Jagai Madai were so terribly sinful and they tried to attack you with their mud pot, I released the chakra and I tried to finish them. Whereas you, Nityananda, you came in between and stopped me from killing them. Rather, you awarded them pure love of God. So who is better, a love awarding preacher or a chakra wielding preacher? He asked. Nityananda Prabhu said, "My dear Lord, I am body and you are my pran. Out of the two, which is more superior, pran or body? Pran. Life is superior. Therefore, you are superior. Your order is my life. So if I don't have your order, what kind of preacher will I be? So I am not a great preacher. You are a great preacher." So in this way, Gaur and Nitai were praising one another, like this. So that is why Nityananda Prabhu used to go in the streets of Nadia. He would always sing, "Bhaja Gaurango, Kaha Gaurango, Leho Gaurange Naam Re, Bhaja Gaurango, Gaurango, Leho Gaurange Naam Re, Jana Gauranga Vaje, Hai Amara Pran Re." So Nityananda would sing, "Please chant the name of Gauranga, Bhaja Gauranga, worship Gauranga, chant the name of Gauranga. If you become a follower of Gauranga," he says that, "you will become my life and soul." Say hi, Amara Pran, he's saying. So you will become my life and soul. Like that, he would beg the people to follow the path laid by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in Nityananda Prabhu, although he is very merciful, he never considers himself great. He is extremely humble. The same Balaram who comes as Nityananda now, when he was Balaram, he took a grass and touched Ramakrishna Suta's head. In one moment, he finished him. But now he takes the same grass, puts in his teeth, between his teeth, and then he goes out to preach. As one of the first preachers sent by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a place called Surabhi Nityananda started preaching. And Mahaprabhu had ordered Nityananda and Haridas Thakur to go. Shuno, Shuno, Nityananda, Shuno, Haridas, Shuno, Shuno, Nityananda, Shuno, Haridas, Sarvatra Amara Ajna Karo Prachar. Gare gare gaya karo yahi diksha. Bolo Krishna bhajo Krishna karo Krishna shiksha. Bhajo Krishna karo Krishna shiksha. Mahaprabhu had told Nityananda that you go door to door and tell people to chant Krishna's holy names and worship Krishna and study Gita Bhagavatam. These three instructions. Don't ask for anything. Beg them to do only these three things. Chant the holy name of Krishna, study Gita Bhagavatam, worship Krishna. And this is the instruction of Mahaprabhu, Nityananda and Haridas Thakur. He called both of them and sent them outdoor in Nadia. And in this way, Nityananda Prabhu is like a right hand of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on one hand. He is Adi Guru. Once my spiritual master was saying, just see how merciful are these personalities. He said the Adi Guru of the spiritual world and Adi Guru of the material world, both are becoming beggars distributing the holy name. He said, who is the Adi Guru of the material world? I thought anybody knows? Brahmaji. Because Brahma is the first Guru in the parampara here, in the material world. Adi Guru of the spiritual world is Balaram. Both are made the preaching partners to go together and go door to door and preach. And it's so wonderful. And that too in an age like Kali Yuga, the most unqualified living entities are approached by the two great personalities. Like that. So in this way, how is Adi Guru is a very big subject. Like let us take example of okay, let us take one more example. Balaram. when Krishna accepted Rukmini's hand, her brother was giving trouble. The Rukmini was giving trouble. So Krishna defeated Rukmini and cut one side of his mustache, and one side of his hair also he cut. That time Rukmini was crying. So who did the settlement between Rukmini and Krishna? Balaram. Balaram always will be acting as an intermediate personality between the jivas and the Lord. You will find that. Like you will see, when devotees became completely mortified when Lord Chaitanya took sannyas, they came to know that he left Nadia and Mahaprabhu has gone away to, take sannyas. Everybody burst into tears. He never told us, how did he go away? So Nityananda Prabhu felt pity for them. So Nityananda Prabhu wanted to see that the Lord let him proceed taking sannyas, which is what is his wish. At the same time, the devotee's heart should not be shattered. That should be protected. So that is why Nityananda Prabhu arranged for a meeting of Lord and the devotees. Just I'll show you that. So in the Chaitanya Satamrita, I will read in the second chapter when Lord Nityananda comes. I'm not getting into the chapters because I will lose time in that. If I get into the chapter. But exactly what happens there is when Mahaprabhu goes after the sannyas. Nityananda Prabhu tells, maybe I'll show you part of the chapters. I'll show you. So this is a chapter. Okay, let us show this one. See, here you find Mahaprabhu directed towards Shantipur. Who directed him? Okay, I'll just share it. Just a minute. Who directed him? It's Nityananda Prabhu who directed him. See here. Mahaprabhu took sannyas, okay? After sannyas, Mahaprabhu was coming. So that's all description, everything. Vrindavana pata Prabhu puche na tomare, Ganga tere pata tabe dekhai ha tare. If Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks you, he told some covered boys, he told, Nityananda told them, for the path of Vrindavan, please show him the path on the bank of the Ganges instead. So, and Mahaprabhu came to the Ganga and he was glorifying. Chidananda Bano Sadananda Sono Paraprema Patri Drava Brahma Gatri Aganam Lavitri Jagakshema Datri Pavitri Kriyano Vapur Mitra Putri. Mahaprabhu is glorifying Yamuna here. Chidananda Bano is saying, oh, you are Yamuna, you are blissful spiritual water that gives love to the son of Nanda Maharaj. You are the same as the water of the spiritual world, for you can vanquish all our offenses and sinful reactions in life. You are the creator of all, like that he's saying. So, why Mahaprabhu is glorifying Yamuna here? Because he thought he has come to Vrindavan. No. And then Mahaprabhu very soon came to know that that's not Vrindavan. Because when Mahaprabhu was dancing and singing and in ecstasy, thinking it's Vrindavan, he saw Advaita Acharya come in a boat, along with the clothes, fresh clothes for him. He asked Advaita Acharya, hey, what is this? You also have come to Vrindavan. I'm going to Vrindavan, you followed me. He laughed and said, my dear Lord, this is Shantipur. You have come to Shantipur, he said. So he said, hey, how did he come here? Mahaprabhu, what is saying, you see? Prabhu kahe Nityananda amare vanchila, Ganga ke aniya more Yamuna kahila. And Nityananda has cheated me. He has brought me to the bank of Ganges and told me that it was Yamuna. Ganga Yamuna vahe, haya ekadhara, paschime Yamuna vahe, purve Ganga dhara. Advacharya told Mahaprabhu, my dear Lord, Ganges and Yamuna, they flow together in this place. On the western side is Yamuna, on the eastern side was Ganges. So Please don't be upset on Nityananda. Like that, he was defending his friend. Yeah, like that. And then after that, Advaitacharya Prabhu took him to his house. Shantipur, Mahaprabhu went there, he was shocked. A huge crowd of devotees there. Mahaprabhu was surprised. Where all these guys came? They are all from Nadia. How they came here? The whole arrangement was made by whom? Nityananda. Nityananda told the devotees, don't worry, all of you come from Nadia to Shantipur, and bringing Mahaprabhu here is my job. So he brought the devotees and gifted them Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu stayed in Shantipur 10 days. And Sachimata also had come. Sachimata begged all the Vaishnavas that please allow me to cook for my son. Anyway, you Vaishnavas will get opportunity in future also to cook. But once he takes sannyas and goes, I may not get to see him easily. So allow me to cook. They all fell at her feet and said, oh mother, you are the mother of the universe. He is your son, you can cook happily. And then Sachimata cooked also. Mahaprabhu danced and sang every evening 3 hours of kirtan with Advaitacharya and other Vaishnavas. So all the Vaishnavas, to their heart satisfaction, got association of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that was arranged by whom? Nityananda. That's what I told you. Nityananda Prabhu comes as an intermediate personality between the devotees and the Lord. Connecting the Lord and the devotees is his job. So let us proceed further. So the notes, you can see the notes here now. Okay. His behavior is, so he is the embodiment of mercy. That's what I told you. And Avaduta, beyond material rules. His behavior is transcendental, not to be imitated but understood as divine freedom. Nityananda Prabhu's, why is he called as behavior is transcendental? He behaves like a coward boy. We will explain that when the time comes. I'll explain that further. See, he's the source of Sankarshan, Mahasankarshan, Anantashesha, Mahavishnu. As Anantashesha, he holds millions of universes on his hoods and glorifies with thousands of mounts. Just to in the Chaitanya Bhagavad, it is said, the jewelry like diamond ring or gold ring, you don't throw it here and there. Where you keep it? In a nice box. So that box is like Anantashesh's mouth. So in Anantashesh's mouth, Lord's glories are kept. Because the jewelry, you don't throw it here and there, you keep it very carefully. So Lord thought that, let me keep my glories very carefully in the mouth of Anantashesh. It's the safest place. And after Anantashesh, many others, like Chatush Kumar has learned from him, and then they gave to Sankhya Muni, coming in one parampara also. In this way, he is the origin of Guru Tattva. So these things we discussed already. Let's proceed ahead. One another very important thing, see, Panchatattva Ekavastu word is used. Now, how is Panchatattva Ekavastu? Panchatattva, we all know that Panchatattva Atmakam Krishnam, Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam, Bhakta Avataram, Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. There are 5 personalities. If you see Panchatattva, you see the middle personality is who? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna, Nahi Anya. So on either side of Mahaprabhu, this side Adi Guru is standing, Nityananda Prabhu. This side Radharani is standing. So Radharani is Gadadhar Pandit. And Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram. So this side Balaram, this side Srimati Radharani. And at the same time, all of them, if you see, there is a little difference also. What is the difference? He's Balaram but doesn't behave like Balaram. Balaram, what he does, Balaram took his hell and finished Rukmi. Another time he finished one, what is his name? Dvivida Gorilla. The one hit, everybody hits on the head only. Ramashruta, he took a grasp. And this fellow, whom he hit on the head, that Dvivida Gorilla. Right? Similarly, Shanka Choda also. Balaram only finished him. Similarly, this one more is a Rukmi. In the gambling match, Rukmi cheated. So Balaram took the hell and finished him. But Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram, but he doesn't kill the demons, he kills only the demoniac mentality. That is one thing special. Similarly, Krishna is Shamala Varna, but when he comes in this age, he comes as Gaur Varna. So Sham Sundar became Gaur Sundar. Sham Sundar is only Krishna, but Gaur Sundar is Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nayani. It's a combination of Radha and Krishna, isn't it? Similarly, Gadadhar Pandit is who? Gadadhar Pandit is Radharani who has given her Mahabhav to Krishna to experience the joy of Mahabhav because Krishna wanted to become a devotee, correct? No? Experience the joy of a devotee. Now, Gadadhar Pandit is, some people say, Gadadhar Pandit is given a Mahabhav, that means it's Radharani minus Mahabhav. No, that's a misunderstanding because even though she has given Mahabhav to Krishna, in her bhav for Krishna remains the same. Just like if you take a lamp and lit up another lamp, not that your lamp cannot be there. Huh? You can lit up 1,000 lamps and still have your lamp, isn't it? But why Gadadhar Pandita has come with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Sometimes a company may sell a particular machine to a faraway place. And when the machine is being sent there, the company will send one fellow to commission the machine. You've seen that? They go to that company and they will establish the machine and they will set it in motion. In between, some starting troubles may be there. And when the people while using it have trouble, they will consult the company representative. Please tell us how to use it. Similarly, Gadadhar Pandit has given Mahabhav to Krishna. She was not sure whether Krishna will know how to use it because he is a Lord. He is not a devotee. No? A Lord is trying to become a devotee. So she has come to help him. When as and when he will have trouble, then he can consult Radharani. That's Gadadhar Pandit. Similarly, Balram is Nityananda Prabhu, he is Adi Guru. So Krishna cannot be without Balram. He always needs company. When Krishna becomes Ram, Balram becomes Lakshman. And Krishna becomes Vishnu, Balram becomes Anantshesh. There is one very beautiful prayer of Brahma. So savadabra karuno bhagavan vivriddha premasmitena nayanam burham vijumban uttaya vishwa vijayaya nocha vishadam madhyagira panetat purusha purana. That's a very beautiful verse in Bhagavatam. In that series of verses, Brahma is telling, my dear Lord Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, what an amazing thing you are doing. Because whenever we sleep at night, we want a very peaceful room or a noisy room. What do you want? Peaceful room. Here the ocean is roaring, ocean waves. And you are lying in the middle. We don't know how you can peacefully rest. And generally when you rest, you make a very comfortable bed. But you are lying in a snake bed, which is like, snake's coil. Is it comfortable to lie on? It's not a uniform bed. You have chosen that type of bed. And more amazing than that is, it is not just a complicated bed, it is also a snake bed. If one snake comes into your room, everybody will jump up. You want to get rid of it, correct? No? But here is a huge snake, Ananta, and you are lying in that snake very comfortably with semi-closed eyes and relaxing very nicely in the midst of a roaring ocean. What kind of personality you are? Very amazing person you are. So this is the Lord, because Lord cannot give up the company of Balaram. Wherever he goes, Balaram has to come with him. So when he comes as Vishnu, Balaram comes as Adishesha. When he comes as Rama, Balaram, he comes as Lakshman. When Krishna comes as Chaitanya, so he has to give him company in that pastime. He comes as Nityananda. Because in each of this pastime, Lord has a mission. Like Krishna has a mission. He comes as Supreme Enjoyer in Vrindavan. So Balaram assists his enjoyment. Similarly, when he comes as Mahaprabhu comes for giving Krishna Prema to the Jivas, Nityananda Prabhu says, I will also assist you in that, in preaching. So in this way, Lord Nityananda is coming with Gauranga also. Both of them come together. So I was about to tell you, I forgot to tell you the other thing. Apart from these two, there are two more. After Nityananda Prabhu is standing, who? Advaitacharya Prabhu, which is actually Mahavishnu. And on the other side, next to Gadadhar, who is standing? Srivas. That is Narada Muni, who is coming as Srivas Thakur. So Narada Muni stands for Bhagavad Vidhi and Advaitacharya stands for Pancharatri Vidhi. Pancharatri means deity worship and Bhagavad Vidhi means Shravanam Kirtana. So these two personalities. So which is important? Shravanam Kirtanam is important, deity worship is important. Which is important? Both are important. Why? Because deity worship is done not to forget Krishna. And Shravanam Kirtanam is done to remember Krishna. Because deity worship has to be carefully done. For example, if you are offering bhoga to Krishna, after that you want to open the altar and then do worship. If you forget to give the flute to him, then that would be aparadh. You are opening the altar without giving the flute. So one has to be attentive not to forget Krishna in the service. And there are a lot of upacharas are there, lot of Shodasha upachar and many other things. Like when you are inviting Krishna to take bhoga, first you should invite Guru first. Then invite Radharani, and then you invite Krishna. And after the Bhoga offering is over, when you want to send off for washing hands, who should you ask to get up first? Krishna first. Krishna will get up first. Then Radharani, then others. Then Guru will be last, like that. So this order and all should not be forgotten. In deity worship, lot of attend. Like you're making Aarti plate, you forgot the conch, then Aarti cannot start only. So you cannot forget Krishna. To not forget Krishna, deity worship is kept. And Bhagavad Gita is given to remember Krishna, Shravanam Kirtanam, by hearing Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes, activities. So Advaita Acharya is coming to teach us Ganga Jal and Tulasi, take it and worship Shaligram Shila, Pancharatri Vidhi. And Srivas Thakur is Narada, is coming to teach us Bhagavad Vidhi, hearing and chanting. So in this way, the Panchatattva is very important. Panchatattva Eka Vastu, it is said. All are Sachidananda Vigraha, all five of them. At the same time, what is the difference between Advaitam and our Achintya Vedaveda Tattvam? Advaitas make all variety less and say God is one. Ekam Satyam Tritiyam Nasti, they say. That is not our philosophy. Achintya Vedaveda Tattva means all these five are one Tattva, but they are having five varieties. There is difference between Lord and the devotee. So, like in a tree, for example, tree only, but you call one particular part of the tree as a flower. Another part of the tree you call it as a leaf. Another part of the tree call it as a fruit. Another part you call it as a branch. So you give different names to that because they are all part of the tree. Similarly, the Panchatattva also, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna hi Anya. So that Lord is Krishna. And then Nityananda is Balaram. Same, he is also in Vishuddhattva category, but he comes as a servant of the Lord. And Gadadhar Pandit is Srimati Radharani, she comes in the internal potency category of the Lord. And then you will see Srivas Thakur, he is a Jiva potency. Similarly, Advaita Acharya Prabhu is Mahavishnu. So one should know this Panchatattva. So in this way, so we discussed about the identity. Now let's discuss a little bit about the child pastimes. Like, Nityananda Prabhu appears in a place called Ekachakra. It was very simple village setting he appeared in a Radhadesh. See, Radhadesh is a dry land. Somebody may ask, it is not known as a holy place before. Of course, there are some holy spots in the Ekachakra, like the Pandavas were there, and the Gufas are there. At the same time, it is not known as a very famous holy place. Then why didn't Chantu appear there? Somebody may ask. The reason is to make the ordinary places holy. The Lord appears in such places. Yeah. Like that in Chaitanya Bhagavata it is mentioned. So, when Nityananda appeared in that Yakachakra as a small boy to Padmavati and Hadai Pandit, as he was growing up, one amazing thing happened. All of them observed that he, along with his friends, would play many Krishna Lila pastimes, even as a very small kid. So like Krishna and covered boys, whatever pastimes they played in Vrindavan, you read it in the 12th chapter of the 10th canto. So these boys were playing all that, although they had never read Srimad Bhagavatam. One of the days, Nityananda said, let's play Ram Leela. So he told them that I am Ram and I will faint unconscious. I am Lakshman. I will faint unconscious. And then he told one boy, and I faint unconscious, you have to send one fellow Hanuman to bring Sanjeevani. And then when he keeps it in my nose, I'll get up. But that boy forgot. So when Lakshman fainted, all the boys started crying. Please get up, please get up. They were. And then the parents came, other relatives came, everybody came. They were all worried. Oh, what happened? Nitai is not ever getting up. And then one boy remembered, Nitai had told us that when he faints, so we have to bring Jadipati. So he sent the Hanuman, and Hanuman went around and came back. And it was kept near the nose. He got up after that. So many of the people were amazed. They asked, Nitai, how are you knowing all these details of Ramayana and minute pastimes and they are performing? He would say that these are all my own Leela. He would say like that. So people had got an idea about Nitai's divinity. So he was always absorbed in serving Lord's pastimes. At the age of 12, one sannyasi had visited the home of Hadai Pandit, and he said, and they served very nicely, Padmavati and Hadai Pandit. After a few days of stay, when he was leaving, they asked him, please tell us, how can we serve you? He said, really, can I ask you? He said, yes. He said, can you please give me your son as my traveling assistant to go from place to place? And they were completely shattered. He's our only son, and the whole village of Ekachakra cried because nobody can be separated from my, Nitai for even a moment. He was like apple of the eye of everybody, just like a moon surrounded by stars. So, but Adaya Pandit wanted to keep his promise. He told Padmavati, we cannot go back in our word. And Padmavati said, whatever you think is best, you do it. And when they handed over Nitai to him, Nitai very happily went. He had no anxiety. He went to all these places with him. Vaidyanatha, Gaya, Prayag, Ayodhya, Varanasi, Mathura, Vrindavan, Gokul Mahavan. In Gokul Mahavan, he wept tears because remembering all his pastimes with Krishna. In Hastinapur, he cried for the Pandavas. Badrikashram, Kanyakumari, Tirupati, Vishnukan, Shivakanchi. When he went to Vishnukan, Shivakanchi, he laughed and said, the foolish people fight Shiva is supreme, Vishnu is supreme. They don't know Shiva's actual position as a Parama Vaishnava. So, and he was preparing himself to assist Mahaprabhu. And after doing all these things, so this demonstrates his renunciation and accepted the destiny and then divine mission. He has a plan. After going to all these holy places, one thing I forgot to tell you, when he was traveling like this, he waited for Lord Chaitanya's order before preaching. Where was he waiting? He was waiting in a place called Sringaravat in Vrindavan. And there he adopted the mood of a covered boy, like an Avadhuta covered boy. He was in a playful mood, but he was waiting for Mahaprabhu. But during this type of travel, one more thing happened. In one of the forest pathways, he came across Madhavendrapuri. So Madhavendrapuri was with about 10-12 disciples. He was completely an embodiment of the love of God. He is actually, Madhavendrapuri is a Kalpavriksha tree in the spiritual world. And he is the personality who took Diksha from Lakshmi Tirtha in the Madhva Sampradaya. And then he is the one who first handed over the Radha Krishna worship in our Sampradaya. Radha Krishna worship was there long before, but it was stopped for a while because people in the world were not qualified and people were misunderstanding and everything. But now he wanted to re-award. That's why it is said in one of the verses when we glorify the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where we say, Unnata Ujjvala Rasam, Swabhaktim Shriyam, we say, Hari Purata Sundaradviti Kadamba Sandipte. What that was? Anarpita Charim Chirat. Charim Chirat means it was awarded long before, and Mahaprabhu again awarded it through Madhavendrapuri. Madhavendrapuri to Ishwarapuri, Ishwarapuri to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then it is coming down in the line. So this Madhavendrapuri, when he was starting with his disciples in one of the forests, when Nityananda Prabhu saw him on the way, they both felt so much ecstasy to see each other. And they did loud kirtan, jumping up and down and rolling on the ground. And all the disciples were amazed. They shed tears, rivers of tears. And 10 days in the same spot, they were there. And then Nityananda Prabhu took initiation from him, from Madhavendrapuri, after that. So after that, when he went to Sringaravat in Vrindavan waiting, one day he got an indication that my Lord Chaitanya wants me to come to Navadvip. So he came to Navadvip, but he was hiding in one home of Nandanacharya. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the next day, called all the devotees. So now I have not spoken much about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu because today's highlight personality is Nityananda Prabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Ishwarapuri in Gaya, Prayag. He took initiation from him and came back as a, like we say, somebody's ghost haunted. He was Goloka haunted. He was Goloka haunted man, Krishna haunted man. And all devotees became blissful seeing his situation. And they started kirtan in the Shiva Sangan, which is non-different from Rasastali in Vrindavan. So beautiful kirtans were going on daily, day kirtan, night kirtan, everything. And Mahaprabhu, one of the days during kirtan, he stopped and said, yesterday I had a very profound dream, he said. There was one elegant and extraordinary, brilliant personality who came in a golden chariot. In the flag, there was a palm leaf. And he was carrying a hull, carrying what do you call the hull? Plow. He was carrying a plow on his shoulder. He was wearing a bluish dhoti. And he was effulgent like lightning. And he came just in front of my house. And he looked into the door and asked, "Is it the home of Nimai Pandit? Is it the home of Nimai Pandit?" He asked the question several times. And Mahaprabhu said, "Hmm." And he asked, "Hey, who are you?" He said, "Very soon I will meet you. I'm your brother," he said. And then he vanished from there. And Mahaprabhu told all the associates, "Go out, go to the marketplaces, go to the ghats, bathing ghats, go to the homes, find out where is this personality in Nadia." Everybody went out searching. And all of them came back in the evening and told, "My dear Lord, we have searched all the homes, all the ghats, all the temples, everywhere. We couldn't find him anywhere." And Mahaprabhu said, "Now I will reveal him to you. Come with me." And then Mahaprabhu walked like a lion, and everybody followed him behind. And Mahaprabhu exactly reached the home of Nandacharya. And there in Nandacharya's home, Nityananda was sitting like we say in Vajrasan, Vajrasan? How we sit after eating prasad, you sit in Vajrasan. Nityananda was sitting like this. And when Mahaprabhu came, Nityananda was like stunned. He just looked at him and he became frozen. He didn't move budge an inch. And all the people are amazed, looking at Chaitanya, looking at Nityananda, because Nityananda Prabhu was having a like a jata type of thing over the head, and surrounding that was pearls tied up. And his face was, his body was like lightning, it's white and lightning. Actually, his body also said to be like semi-golden on this side also. And he was wearing a blue dhoti. And when all of them watched, they were amazed. Hey, we have only seen Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Here you are seeing another personality who resembles him, very similar. At that time, Gadadhar Pandit sang a very beautiful verse from the Bhagavatam. Barha Bidam Natavarava Pokarna Yor Karnikara Vibrat Basa Kanaka Kapisham Vaijayantim Jamalam Randran Benu Radara Sudaya Purayan Gopa Vrindair Vrindaranyam Sapada Ramanam Pravishad Gita Kirtihi Vrindaranyam Sapada Ramanam Pravishad Gita Kirtihi. He said, this verse means the morning time when Krishna, Balram and covered boys, they all are getting ready to go with the cows and calves to the forest of Raj. All the elderly Gopas, Gopis, they all arrive there to watch the beauty. At that time, the Gopis are also coming, and the Gopis are praising Krishna, Balram. At that time, Shukadeva Goswami, through the eyes of the Gopis, is singing this prayer. So Krishna is playing on his flute, surrounded by friends who are praising him, and they are going to leave for the forest. So when Nityananda Prabhu heard this verse, he erupted in ecstasy. He danced in circles and fell on the ground and loudly shouted, and nobody could catch him or stop him. People saw him jumping in different parts of the room, and at last Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was the one who came. And Mahaprabhu embraced him and stopped him, and both of them fell to the ground. And Mahaprabhu sat on the ground, and Nityananda Prabhu fell on his lap. At that time, Gadadhar Pandit commented, "We have only seen in Adishesha, Lord Vishnu is lying. Today, Adishesha is lying on Vishnu's lap." He was telling, they were commenting like this. And Mahaprabhu asked, when Nityananda Prabhu came back to external consciousness, Mahaprabhu asked, "Where are they coming from?" And Nityananda Prabhu said, "I have been all across the country, all the holy places." He said, "Where all I went. But everywhere I have found, people have become, bereft of the spiritual culture. The world has become very materialistic. And I was asking, where can I find a personality who is a personification of religious principles?" And everybody said, that personality has appeared in Nadia. As Chaitanya. Therefore, I have come here to meet you. In this way, they're praising one another. After that, both personalities together started a beautiful dance. Haraye Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah.
Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Madhavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Madhavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopal Govinda Ram Sumadhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo So this is the meeting of Gaur Nitai in the home of Nandanacharya. So is it getting late? No. We can go on. So there are devotees joining from this thing, Charlotte. They are also joining. In case, is Shama Gauri Mataji there? Shama Gauri Mataji? What is that? Benita Gandharva is hosting. Is it? In case it is, thank you. I was actually intending to continue for another 20 minutes till 9 o'clock. In case devotees are getting late, they can carry on. Huh? Yes, Prabhuji. It's okay to continue, Prabhuji. From our side, we are good. Another, I may go till 9:15 is all right, no problem. Okay. Thank you. So, in this way, after they met, then Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, all of them, the Vaishnavas felt so happy. They said, we found Krishna, now we have found Balaram, Krishna and Balaram together. Huh? So they were all in the home of Shiva Sangha. And one of the days, Mahaprabhu told the devotees, go and bring Nitai. And let us perform the Vyas Puja for Veda Vyas. Huh? At that time, Nityananda had gone to the Ganga. When devotees saw in the bank of Ganga, he was going into the depth of the Ganges, far deep inside where there are a lot of crocodiles. Huh? He would jump on the back of a crocodile. Huh? Can you imagine? Huh? Devotees would shout, hey, Nitai, come back. It's a very dangerous place. Huh? Nitai had no fear at all. That's why he's called an Avaduta. Avaduta means he's always in a playful mode. Huh? So when Nitai came back, Mahaprabhu told devotees, give him the garland and ask him to offer it to Vyasdeva. He said, so be it, I will offer it, he said. But he wasn't offering. And Mahaprabhu said, Nitai, please offer it to Vyas. Instead of putting on Vyas, you put it on the neck of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, and then he said, you are the original provider of knowledge to everybody. You are the original Vyas. So in this way, Mahaprabhu, how he is worshipable by Nitai is shown by Nityananda in several occasions. He was a very faithful and loyal associate of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and who conquered the heart of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu would say to anybody, if anybody is recommended by Nitai, I cannot reject them. So therefore it is said, one of the days, there are some special pastimes of Nitai and Srivas Thakur's home. One day he went to Srivas Thakur's home and there one crow came and took away the Panchapatra and flew away and went and sat in a tree. So Malini was wondering, oh, Panchapatra is gone now. How will we do puja? So Nitai just waved his hand. Hey, crow, bring it back, he said. Immediately crow brought it back and kept it in the same place and then flew away. So Malini Thakurani, who is a wife of Shiva Thakur, she commented,
What is so great for you? You brought the son of Guru, Sandipani Muni back from Yamaloka. If you can bring from Yamaloka, bring his son back to father, what is it difficult for you to bring a Panchapatra from a crow here? You can very easily do that. So, in this way, Nityananda Prabhu, you hear about his pastimes in the Nadia. So, Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes in the deliverance of Jagai Madai, that I am keeping it for the evening. I'll speak in the evening, but now I will share something else here. Yeah. So, Nityananda as the Adi Guru, this I told you, he represents Balram, the source of spiritual strength. Here is one very, very important point here, if you see. You see, Guru awakens, Nityananda awakens faith and awards spiritual strength. This is very important. Just like a mother may wake up a sleeping child by pinching. If you wake up a child may cry, and then immediately she gives sweet rice in its mouth. Child says, thank you. Oh, that is why you woke me up. It's a good news. So in the same manner, Nityananda Prabhu doesn't leave the conditioned souls, he chases behind them. Like Jagamada didn't want to become devotees in the beginning, but Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu chases behind them. One time Nityananda Prabhu told Mahaprabhu, when Mahaprabhu was going to meet Advaitacharya in one place, Nityananda Prabhu requested him, my dear Lord, there is one home here on the way. If it is possible for you, we can visit that place. You come with me. So Nityananda Prabhu took him to the home of one sannyasi. One fellow was wearing a sannyas dress. So he was like a kind of this. We have this Kapalika sannyasi and all those people are there. That type of fellow wearing sannyas dress. And Mahaprabhu asked, he asked Nityananda Prabhu, who is this personality? So Nityananda Prabhu said, I know him before. So when they entered the house and sat, that fellow called his wife, sannyasi or sannyasini. He was also a wife. Mahaprabhu looked at Nityananda Prabhu, what is this one? What is going on here? And that fellow asked, do you want bliss? He asked Nityananda Prabhu, what is bliss? He's asking. And that fellow brought a cup of wine and came and kept on the table. As soon as Nimai Pandit saw that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that, he jumped up from the place and ran out of the house. He straight away jumped into Ganga. Nityananda also jumped along with him. Then they both swam long distance, all that was became wet. Then they came out of the river. Mahaprabhu said, Nityananda, you preach to dangerous people. You will find. Therefore, Mahaprabhu had told Nityananda Prabhu, see, I am a sannyasi, but I want you to become a grihastha. So that I cannot preach to certain people, but you can preach to all kinds of people. One day, Nimai Pandit was walking in Nadia. There was a liquor shop where people were all drinking. And Mahaprabhu told Shivas, look at these people, how they're wasting the human form of life. How unfortunate it is. Go. And all the drunkards, throw away the liquor from their hands and make them chant the holy name. Shivas Thakur said, my lord, if I enter the arak shop, a liquor shop, I will lose my caste. I am a Brahmin, how can I do this? Then Mahaprabhu said, so Mahaprabhu did kirtan. When Mahaprabhu did kirtan, some of the fellows drunkard, they started dancing also. But Mahaprabhu would never go to deliver them. He thought they are substandard, they are not proper. But Nityananda Prabhu would go to all kinds of people to deliver them. That's why they said about Nityananda Prabhu, Adama patita jive dware dware giya, Adama patita jive dware giya, Harina mama mantra deno vilaiya, Harina mama mantra deno vilaiya, Are deke tare kohe rante trina dhori, Rante trina dhari, Maragiyalo bhaja gaurahari. Nityananda kume gadina.
Orana parvata deno dulate luta. Meno betare ya latina jamilo. Lochan bole te papi ara gelo. Akrona Paramananda Nityananda Paramananda Nityananda Prema Nitai Maharada Nityananda
This song it is said, you would go to the homes of Adama Patita Jive. Like, when you preach, we generally think, oh, let us get some pious boys who are already coming from good families. Sometimes somebody says, Chandan Kumkum, hey, good boy. We say like that. But Nityananda Prabhu went to some of the most degraded people, like Prabhupada went to the hippies. Like the Prabhupada adopted the Nityananda Avesh when he came to America. So some of the most degraded people Prabhupada went to, Bowery, and they were all into drinking, smoking, drugs, and sex and all these things. But Prabhupada went and lived in the midst of Bowery people. In the same mood of Lord Nityananda, Prabhupada says, when one Nityananda delivered one Jagai Madai, but by Nityananda's mercy, another devotee, his follower, may deliver hundreds of Jagai Madais. Prabhupada writes in one of the purports, he writes. So, Adama Patita Jiva, Dware Dware Giya. He would go to door in the hospital or in the home. Go door to door and batter the door. Harinama Mahamantra Dena Vilai. He would give them the Harinama mantra. Not all people will accept. Some people would accept, some may not. Some people are lazy to accept. So he would bow down and with the grass in the mouth, he would beg them. Otherwise, he would, if they still don't accept, he would roll on the ground. That's why it said Dhulate Lotai. People would see such a handsome person, looks like Ajana Bahu, beautiful personality, and he is rolling on the ground. They will feel pity. They will say, hey, no, don't do this. You are so much taking trouble for our sake. For our good, you are coming and giving. Why should we not accept? So we will accept it. Then they would accept the holy name. So Lochandas sings in this song. He says that, Heno avatareya rati na janmilo. If after seeing Nityananda's behavior of compassionately reaching out the holy name to conditioned souls, if in one's heart, if love for Nityananda doesn't arise, he is only a Narakagami, he's saying. He is only a fellow who is fit for going to hell. Heno avatareya rati na janmilo. Lochan bole sahi papi yelo ara gelo. He is just repeatedly coming and going in the cycle of birth and death, and he doesn't understand the value of Lord Nityananda's mercy. And such a personality is akrodha. He never becomes angry. Although Balram appears to be angry, but Nityananda absolutely never becomes angry. So, in this way, Nityananda Prabhu's merciful nature is explained in this song. Yeah. So Nityananda awakens faith in the people, the heart of people, and then awards spiritual strength also to them. Yeah. So this we will see later, Jagamadai. Evening we will see. See, I told you, he's the medium between Lord and the Jivas, you see. He's a bridge to Mahaprabhu. One must approach Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through Nityananda. Nitai softens the Lord's justice with mercy. Here are the examples, you see. Raghunath Das Goswami, when Raghunath Das' family imprisoned him to stop him from... See, Raghunath Das was born in a family in Saptagram. They were stinking rich people. His father, Govardhan Majumdar, and his uncle, Hiranya Majumdar. Something like yearly they would collect, something like 15 or 18,000 gold coins, out of which they have to submit to the king most portion, and then but they would get also thousands and thousands of gold coins. They were like biggest of the jamindars of the time. So, but Raghunath Das, when he was a small boy, He was a small kid. One time in the Saptagram, in the Govardhan Majumdar's, the Mandas estate, there was a Krishna temple. So in that temple was Balram Acharya and Yadunandan Acharya. Two of them are worshipping. So Balram Acharya once took the small kid to the gufa where, Haridas Thakur was doing chanting. So seeing Haridas Thakur, the child was deeply touched, became charmed by his personality and his devotion. Later on, Raghunath Das came to know about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he wanted to go and meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in one or two encounters, he has seen Mahaprabhu from a distance and developed a great fondness for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his philosophy. And this boy, although born in a very rich family, he was completely renounced and had no attachment to wealth or women or anything like that. His parents had got him married to a very beautiful lady like an Apsara. One day, his mother was telling, look at this son. He always runs away to meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Whenever he comes. So why don't you tie him up at home with the servants? So he said, father said, see, he has wealth. Even Nityananda later on comments also. He has wealth like his wealth like Indra and a wife like Apsara, but still he is not in the worldly, absorbed in the worldly activities. He has completely given his heart to Lord Chaitanya Chandra, who is a madman, who is transcendently mad, and therefore our son has become mad also, like the father says. But although it is true that Raghunath was already attracted to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, several times he met Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu did not accept him. Mahaprabhu told him, don't be a Markata Vairagi. Don't be like a monkey Vairagi. You are a married man, you should go home. And so he gave him two instructions. Manage your business externally, meditate on Krishna internally. Repeat.
Manage your business externally, meditate on Krishna internally.
That means keep your Krishna Bhakti inside. Don't show it outside. Externally, be a very good businessman. And exactly Raghunath Das followed it. And immediately father, mother, uncle, everybody became very happy. Yes, exactly. This is what we want you to do. They were very happy. And time was going on. So after some time, Raghunath Das thought that although I have expressed my heart to Lord Chaitanya so many times, Lord has not accepted me. Maybe there is some deficiency in me. One day, suddenly this thought arose in his mind. Maybe I have to go through proper route. I should go to Lord Nityananda, who is the greatest merciful personality. By his recommendation, Mahaprabhu will accept me. So he went to a place called Panihatti. So there, Nityananda was sitting under a tree, surrounded by all his Vaishnava associates, like coward boys. And actually, Raghava Pandita had called Nityananda to his home for prasad. But here Nityananda was sitting with them. At that time, Raghunath Das, from a distance, offered obeisances. So Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu came to know that he has come. He was, hey, you are like a thief. You are hiding and offering obeisances from a distance. Come here, he called him. And offered his dust of his lotus feet on his head and then picked him up. So he told, he understood Raghunath Das's intention in coming there. So he told all the devotees that all of the devotees, this Raghunath Das, although he comes from a very affluent family, his heart is sold out to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please all of you bless him in such a manner that he will be able to attain the feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he told that because you are hiding and offering obeisance from distance, you are a thief, so I'm going to give a punishment. He said, what punishment he gave him? He said, you have to give Dahichida festival for all the devotees. So Raghunath Das was very, very satisfied with that punishment, so-called punishment. So he arranged for two pots for all the Vaishnavas in the bank of the Ganges. The Vaishnavas were so many that the bank of Ganges became flooded and some of them are ready to sit in the water also. That goes to show Vaishnavas adjust, they don't complain, even when there are problems. And they were all together. When you are in a family culture, you don't mind the deficiencies. So everybody was given two pots and they were all eating, and Raghava Pandit came and asked Nityananda, oh Lord, if you finish this, so then how will you all come and eat in my home? He said, evening I'll come and eat. He said, in your home. So there, it's called 5 installments of mercy, we call it. What are the 5 installments of mercy that Nityananda Prabhu gave? The first you will find Nityananda Prabhu's putting his lotus feet on the head of Raghunath Das. That's the first installment which he got. Second installment is he gave him a transcendental punishment of serving the Vaishnavas. And thirdly, Nityananda Prabhu evoked the presence of Lord Chaitanya. See, Lord Chaitanya used to wear a garland, the garland of Damanaka flowers. In that locality, there was no Damanaka flower at all. But everybody smelled the fragrance of Damanaka flowers. And they were amazed. Hey, this is something which Mahaprabhu loved to wear. Where is it coming from? Not all Vaishnavas could see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Nityananda and a few advanced associates could see Mahaprabhu coming into their assembly, because wherever there is kirtan going on and Vaishnavas are blissfully chanting and dancing to the holy name, Mahaprabhu would appear there. So Mahaprabhu appeared there and sat next to Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu fed in the mouth of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu fed in the mouth of Nityananda Prabhu. This is the Hichida. And then this is the third installment of mercy. Those parts were reserved by Raghav Pandit and given to Raghunath Das for partaking of that. That was third. And then Nityananda Prabhu spoke to all the Vaishnavas and about Raghunath Das's glory, and told them that all of you bless Raghunath Das, that you will attain the shelter of Lord Chaitanya. He said, everybody chanted Hari Bol and blessed him. That's the fourth installment of mercy. And after that, Nityananda Prabhu told our Raghunath Das, everything that was about to happen, he prophesied right then and there. He said that now when you go to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, go and meet him in Puri. Mahaprabhu will accept you. He will put you under Swarup Damodar. And in this way, you will be accepted by him, and you will become a very great devotee, famous devotee in his shelter. You will attain all perfection. So Nityananda Prabhu gave personal instructions and blessings to Raghunath Das, the fifth installment of mercy. And after that, Raghunath Das accepted the remnants, and in this way, you will see Nityananda Prabhu, that place in Panihati where Nityananda Prabhu sat under the tree. It is a historical place. Even today, it's most adored. Anybody wants Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, they go there and roll in front of the tree, the Panihati tree, because the dust of Nityananda Prabhu is still there. So, in this way, when Raghunath Das got Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, when he went to Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu accepted him. Mahaprabhu put him under the custody of Swarup Damodar. And then Raghunath Das personally witnessed all the pastimes of Mahaprabhu, which he spoke to Kaviraj Goswami, heard it, and then put it all in Chaitanya Charitamrita later. So when he came to Vrindavan, he spoke all the pastimes, what he saw with his own eyes in Jagannath Puri. So in this way, you will see Nityananda Prabhu is a very powerful personality in making devotees reach the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and making Krishna approachable and accessible to the jivas. Because Mahaprabhu's standards are high, the jiva standards are low, so Nityananda Prabhu comes in between, and he catches the jiva and increases their qualification. And he catches Krishna's lotus feet and lowers his position so that he can come close to jivas. He connects both. Another pastime comes to my mind, which is King Prataparudra. He was a pure, very, very pure-hearted king of Odisha. So when once Sarva Bhattacharya asked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that Bhattacharya told Mahaprabhu that this king is very eager to meet you. He is, you are his greatest favorite. Ever since I told about you, the king was asking me, how did you allow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to go to South India? You should catch him and keep him here. And then Bhattacharya told him, Supreme Lord is supremely independent. How can I hold him? Mahaprabhu is gone. But then when you are coming back from South India, he wants to meet you and all. So Mahaprabhu was not ready to meet him, because Mahaprabhu thought the king is a Vishayi. He's always into politics and women, connection with women and politics and everything. So I cannot come in touch with him. People will talk ill of me and the reputation of a sannyasi will be lost. So Mahaprabhu refused to meet him. There is one famous verse he says, Nishkinchanasya bhagavan padunonmukasya param param jigamishor bhavasagarasya sandarshanam vishayena matayoshitam cha hahanta hanta vishavakshanato apyasadu. He says that, if one in the path of devotional line as a mendicant, he connects with a king, a Rajasevi, or a Vishayi, or a sense gratifier, or woman, if people see him connecting with them, then he says that it is worse than drinking poison willingly, like the Mahaprabhu said. He flatly refused. That's why I quoted this verse. He refused to meet. He said no. So Bhattacharya was telling, my dear Lord, he is not an ordinary king, he's a devotee king. He's even saying that if Mahaprabhu doesn't like me to meet me as a king, I will give up my kingship and I will wear ivory ring in my ears and I will come and join the mission of Lord Chaitanya. As one of the monks, he said. So that much he was surrendered king. He was a very, very great devotee king. So Nityananda Prabhu saw the situation. Oh, here is Lord who doesn't want to meet him, and here is a king who is desperate to meet the Lord. And that's why Nityananda Prabhu is required. So he called the Vaishnavas and said, let us approach Mahaprabhu. I will talk to him. So Nityananda Prabhu, how he speaks to Mahaprabhu, that section is so sweet to hear. Because, he wouldn't speak anything that will hurt Mahaprabhu. He told Mahaprabhu, see, you are a sannyasi, you should not lower your standards, you should not meet the king, it's not proper. You should be very strict with you. Mahaprabhu said, correct. He understood. Nityananda understands my heart very well. At the same time, you see, king is very desperate to meet you. And that is natural for a devotee. A devotee wanting to meet the Lord is not a wrong thing. It's very natural. And then he said, I have a suggestion. If you can give a piece of your cloth to him, that piece of cloth will satisfy the king. Because for him, your tadiya is as good as you yourself. Mahaprabhu thought, that is all right. That I can do. So he allowed the devotees. So devotees took a cloth and went and gave him. And the king received it with such gratitude. He kept it in the altar and offered flowers and every day bowed down to it and saw that cloth as good as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But the king, after worshipping the cloth, he developed more desperation to meet Mahaprabhu again. Then the matter came to Nityananda Prabhu. Then Nityananda Prabhu said to Lord, my dear Lord, you don't have to meet the king, but it will be nice if we can meet his son, one of the sons of Pratapadra. Mahaprabhu didn't mind. So the son was a blackish boy with curly locks of hair. And he's being a Kshatriya's son, he was very handsome also. So when he came to offer obeisance to Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu became completely Ashtasattva Vikar manifest Mahaprabhu's body, remembering Krishna. So he embraced the boy, remembering Krishna. Boy completely is like 10,000 volt electricity passing through the body. Like that, he was like Dhruva Maharaj says, when Lord kept the shank on his head, what he says? Yonta pravishya mamavasamimam prasuptam sanjeevayatta kila shaktidhara swadamna anyasta hasta charana shravanat pagadin prana namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam. Our Dhruva says, my hand, my leg, my head, my face, my tongue especially, all became spiritually electrified, he says. No, like that this boy became electrified in Krishna consciousness. He burst into tears. And within this state, when the boy went home, and the father came to know that Mahaprabhu embraced my son, so he embraced his son. And then he got the charge. He became very ecstatic. Who? Nityananda was very satisfied. Oh, I have arranged for this meeting. So then again the king was becoming more desperate now. This much mercy has come. Nityananda said, it's only a matter of time. Ask the king to wait for a while. He'll definitely meet. Mahaprabhu's mercy is coming. Is on the way. It's coming. So then Bhattacharya told him that the Lord would be resting in the Jagannath Vallabha gardens for some time, and the Rath is standing. That's the best place you go and sing the Gopi Gita. Correct? No? So when the king went and sang the Gopi Gita, he got the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Mahaprabhu embraced him and asked him, who are you? Burida. He said. So you will see how Nityananda Prabhu intelligently arranged for the king to get mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I told you he becomes the intermediate personality who offers such a merciful connection. That's what is mentioned here. He could not approach Mahaprabhu directly in terms of blessed him at Panihati. Similar King Pratapruddha just now explained to you about that. By Nityananda's mood of compassion. The principle is this: he's bestowing agent of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. One approaches Nityananda to receive the grace of Chaitanya. His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj was once sharing on pastime. He went to one big on Karodapati's house for making him life member. That fellow was super busy. He said, "Oh, don't disturb me." No, he had an RD car, He told, "You can use the RD car for one day, I can give you. Take the car." And then Maharaj thought, what will he do with the car one day? Such a costly car. Okay, anyway, he accepted. But Maharaj thought, because the car is a very costly car, if you go with this car anywhere, people will not, the watchman will not stop you. Some big party is coming. So they took the costly car to 5-10 places that day. Wherever they went, there was a red carpet welcome. So in one house he went, there was a very big rich man, Krodapati's house. And when Maharaj went in, and the man gave him a place to sit, and he had a small son. And Maharaj called him and gave him 2 rasagullas. When the boy put the rasagullas in the mouth, he became so ecstatic. He told his father, "Papa, what a delicious thing this uncle is giving." And he asked the uncle, Giriraj Swami, to give it to his father also. And the father told him, "Thank you for coming to my home and making my son so enthusiastic." He said, "My son was a bit dull. I always wanted him to be cheerful. You gave him something, and now I can see how his face is lit up now. He's so happy now." So the man immediately took a check and wrote some 5 lakh rupees and gave, "Take a token amount." Gave him. Maharaj was surprised. The token amount is so big. The actual amount, I don't know how much big it will be. Isn't it? So Maharaj went back another day. And then a few weeks later, he called the phone, and then the PA was telling, no. He's very busy, not available. Maharaj said, "I don't want to talk to him. He's a small boy." Give it to him. So small boy picked up and he said, "Who is that?" He said, "Oh, I'm their uncle, Rasagula uncle." Hare Krishna. He said, "Please come to home again." He said, "If your father calls me, I can come." He said, "Papa, call uncle." So in this way, Maharaj was bringing up a very important principle. He was telling that approaching a big man is not very easy, but approaching someone whom he loves, if you can approach, then you also can get connection with him. So Nityananda is like that. Nityananda is very dear to Lord Chaitanya. So he's also easily approachable. He's very merciful also. So we can approach him. Lord is supreme judge, but Nitya is advocate for the fallen souls. So Nityananda is a purifier of kama and avoider of prema. There are many songs which glorify Nityananda Prabhu's ability to cleanse the heart of the practitioners. There is a song, you see, Temple makes the material desires insignificant. Unless one is free from the needs of the body and senses, one cannot understand the spiritual abode of Radha and Krishna. So this is what Nityananda Thakur sings in that famous song. Ara kabe nitai chande karuna hoibe samsara vasana mora kabe tuchha habe. Ara kabe nitai karuna hoibe samsara vasana mora kabe tuchha habe. Vedaya chadiya kabe shuddha have mana kabe hamare divo Shri Vrindavana. Vedaya chadiya kabe shuddha have mana So he's saying, when will Nitai and show me his mercy? When will all my worldly desires become insignificant? Here below it's written, purify our material desires. He does not merely suppress lust. He transforms kama into prema, selfish desire into selfless love for Krishna. He cleanses the heart of its deep-rooted vasanas, subtle desires, and he awards prema, the source of adiras, original mellows. He is a digging tool that unearths the reservoir of love within the heart. He grants the eligibility to taste prema. So he transforms lust into love. He transforms pride into humility. He transforms violence into compassion. And Jagamaya Mother is a living proof. So that is why access to Raja is obtained. Nitai Karuna Have, Raja Radha Krishna Pave. It is without Nitai, there is no entrance to Raja Prem. See, here is a difference between the roles, Chaitanya Nityananda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is supreme enjoyer, tasting bhakti. Nityananda is supreme servant, distributing bhakti. You want a person who is tasting bhakti or distributing bhakti? Because a person tasting bhakti, you can only worship him. Whereas somebody is distributing bhakti, you can also get bhakti. Correct, no? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu represents divine justice. And Nityananda represents divine mercy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sannyasi, strict. Nityananda is avadhuta, unrestricted in distributing mercy. Mahaprabhu's internal mode is Radha Bhava. And Nityananda's external mode is deliverer. Internal mode is I am servant of Chaitanya. That's internal mode of Nityananda. His external mode is I have to go to deliver all the jivas in the world back home, back to Godhead. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sometimes will reject, like he rejected Chota Haridas. But there was one, Nityananda always accepted. He said there was one fellow, his name is Kala Krishna Das. When he went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a personal servant, on the request of Vaishnavas, they gave him. But then in South India, when they went to Kerala side, Nambudri, not Nambudris, Bataharis. These people were a group of sect people. They wanted to do Vamshavriti. They wanted to expand their population very much. So they would catch Brahmanas and other people, and they would make them indulge with their women and multiply their population. And when Mahaprabhu saw that they have stolen my servant, because they spoke to Kalakrishna something and they allured him and took him with them. And Kalakrishna also became succumbed and became weak-minded, went with them. And Mahaprabhu told them, hey, all of you are fellows, why are you doing this? I have only one servant who is traveling with me. If you take away my servant, then who will accompany me? Yeah. And they threw weapons on Mahaprabhu. So when they threw the weapons came to Mahaprabhu and took a U-turn and went back and attacked the same fellows. It was cutting their hands and legs, and they were all fleeing and screaming and ran away. Mahaprabhu caught hold of Kala Krishna Das's shikha and pulled him out of the crowd. And he didn't speak one word to him. Mahaprabhu was very displeased with his behavior. And then he brought him back to Puri. Why? Because why Mahaprabhu didn't speak? If I chastise him, he will go away. But he was servant of Nityananda, one of the servants of Nityananda. So he told Nityananda, see, you gave this fellow to go as my assistant, take him back. So he put him back. And Kalakrishna cried, and he fell at the feet of all the Vaishnavas. And later on, Nityananda suggested to Vaishnavas that let Kalakrishna be engaged in some service. He will give up all this sensual attraction, everything. So he was engaged in service. So he said, let him go and give news about Mahaprabhu's South India trip to all the Vaishnavas in Nadia, other places. So one devotee came to Mahaprabhu's place and said, my dear Lord, we are sending one Vaishnava to Nadia, so we want your permission to go and give the news. And Mahaprabhu knew who is that one Vaishnava, everybody knows. Mahaprabhu did not protest. So, but that one Vaishnava was sent by whom? Nityananda arranged. This way, Prabhupada also said, sometimes in Prabhupada's time also, there was one sannyasi, Prabhupada given sannyas, and he fell down. And devotee said, Prabhupada, if somebody falls down from sannyas, he should commit suicide. He's a vantashi, he's the eater of his own vomit. Prabhupada said, no, Mayavadi is impersonalist. When they fall from sannyas, they are like a vantashi, eater of vomit. In Vaishnava line, when we don't encourage people to commit suicide or anything like that. Instead, let him get properly married and live as a simple grihastha devotee, practicing faithfully Krishna consciousness in the association of devotees. And let him not go away. And then Prabhupada said, see, if you fall down and go away, how will this movement expand? Mahaprabhu can banish Chota Haridas, but I cannot banish you fellows. So be in a proper ashram. Don't wear saffron and become a cheater or a hypocrite. If you have to marry, properly marry and live as a proper grihastha, peaceful. So Prabhupada said that. So then that sannyasi came to me, not sannyasi, after the marriage, he had a child also. He came to meet Prabhupada, and Prabhupada gave them some prasad and talked to them. And the Prabhupada asked, what's your son's name? You had given the name Bhaktivedanta Das. How you given my name to your son? Prabhupada said, so in this way, Prabhupada, even those who fell, Prabhupada put them in a proper ashram, like proper grihastha, properly married. He did not drive them away. Since you are sannyasi, you fallen down, get lost, go and die or something. He didn't do that. So Nityananda Prabhu also, when he saw that Kala Krishnadas displeased Mahaprabhu, he wanted him to behave in such a way that he can please Mahaprabhu again. So he gave him service. But one thing is very important. One should not think in the name of Nityananda Prabhu is merciful. You can be in a brahmacharya or a sannyas order and be a dongi baba. Dongi baba will not be accepted by Nityananda Prabhu also. Because there are so many dongis, so many cheaters in this world. If somebody says Nityananda Prabhu is very merciful, I can do anything I want, that will come under the seventh offense. Nam no baladhyasya hi papa buddhi, isn't it? So in this way, Nityananda Prabhu showered mercy. So he always accepts and showers mercy. So Chaitanya is compared to sun, illumination of truth. Nityananda Prabhu is compared to moon, is a cooling mercy. Together, complete spiritual awakening. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the source, the embodiment of Radha Krishna combined. He is the goal, bhajan, an object of worship. He established the philosophy Siddhanta and the bhava. And Nityananda Prabhu, the distributor, the process of sadhana. So he is energizing power that enables the living entity to approach the goal. He is the active principle of mercy that implements the mission, you see. Chaitanya is like the treasury of gold, love of God. Nityananda Prabhu is the treasurer, who is distributing it. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the treasury, and Nityananda Prabhu is the treasurer who can unlock it and distribute it. He can open the treasure and distribute to everybody. One cannot access treasury without the treasurer's grace, correct, no? That's the point. So what prayer we can offer today? We can sing songs like this. Netai pada kamala, we can sing. And Bhaja Gauranga, we can sing many other songs also. And we can beg for Nityananda Prabhu's mercy to become freedom from offenses, freedom from material desires. So chant with duplicity, preach compassionately, avoid judgmental mentality, follow Guru sincerely. And like this. One last thing, this is the most important thing, cautions to avoid in approaching Lord Nitai. Very important. How we may offend Nityananda Tattva. If you accept Chaitanya but neglect Nityananda, just like Krishna Kaviraj Goswami had a brother, he accepted Chaitanya but he didn't accept Nityananda. I told you, accepting Krishna, not accepting Guru, right? No? Like that. That is a offensive mentality, aparad. Do not separate him from Mahaprabhu, they are not different. Do not create artificial distinctions or hierarchies. And then, second thing, Vaishnava, disrespect towards devotees blocks Nitai's mercies. That means, yes, we want Nitai's mercy, but we cannot offend other devotees. And then, imitating Avadhuta behavior. See, do not imitate Avadhuta behavior of Nityananda. His apparent neglect of social conventions was his divine Leela. For us, it's a path to chaos. We should follow the instructions of his devotees and not imitate his external actions. So Nityananda Prabhu's transcendence is not a license for irresponsibility in our life. Follow the principles, not external eccentricity. Don't take the holy name cheaply. Avoid asking for material boons. The greatest offense is to approach the distributor of Prema, Nityananda, asking for worldly gains. It is like asking the treasurer for a piece of broken glass instead of gold. Chanting while maintaining a sinful intent, one should give up the seventh offense. Don't presume upon his mercy. While he is infinitely compassionate, We should not use that as an excuse for deliberate offensive behavior. Approach with humility. Okay. And then the pride. Nitai favors humility. Jagamada was saved. So give up pride and approach him with humility. So this is the conclusion. See, we are more fallen than Jagamada. If they were delivered, what to speak of us? Today is not a celebration, it's an opportunity for all of us. Nityananda Triyodasi celebration of Nityananda Prabhu's accessibility, approachability, and unconditional divine compassion on all of us. So he is opening the door for everybody in this age to enter the realm of prema. So by calling the name Nitai, we invite the excavator of our hearts, which means, as I told you, he's a digging tool who digs the ground, and like when you dig the ground, you get water. Similarly, he digs the heart of the jivas and brings out the Krishna prema by making our heart soft and suitable for Krishna prema to manifest. So by removing the material desires. So one day, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told the devotees, he got one loin cloth of Nitai, and then he tore it into streaks, thin streaks, and told all the devotees to tie it on your head. If you tie it on your head, all your karma will be finished. All your lust will be finished, he said. So, Nityananda Prabhu is a destroyer of karma, awarder of prema, and he does this in a very merciful manner. And therefore, devotees worship Gaur Nitai together in our movement. So, today we said many things, but amongst the things I spoke to all of you, are all senior devotees. Two things are very important for us. Nitai acts as a medium between the Jiva and God. That's one very important thing to know. And another aspect of Nitai is Adi Guru. He's coming as Adi Guru to wake up the sleeping souls and award them prema. So he plays the evening. I'll tell more about his Adi Guru role, which is also relevant to the newcomers also. Evening, we will talk a little more about that also. So we can sing many songs. There is one small song which I feel it's very relevant today we can sing. So we will sing that and we conclude this song. Conclude with this. It's a very small song. In 3 minutes you can finish it. 2 3 minutes. You can see that. Nanamora Nityananda Vatimora Gaura Chandra
Nanamora Nityananda Vatimora Gaura Chandra
Pranamora Yugala Kishore
Pranamora Yugala Kishore
Dvaita Acharya Bala Radhara Moratula
Dvaita Acharya Bala Radhara Moratula
Hara Hari Virase Mo
Narahari Vilasayama
Vaishnavera Pada Dudi Ahe Mora Sana Keli
Vaishnavera Padadhuli Ahe Morasana Keli
Pranamora Vaishnavera Uchara Kariyamane Bhakti Rasa Aswadane
Charatariyanare Bhakti Rasasavadane
Madhyastha Shri Bhagavata Purana
Madhyastra Shri Bhagavata Purana
There's only 3 lines. Dhanamora Nityananda Pati Mora Gaurachandra
Dhana Mora Nityananda Andi Mora Gaurachandra Mora Mora Yugala Kishore
Nityananda is my wealth, Lord Gaurachandra is my protector. The youthful divine couple, Radha and Krishna, are my life and soul. Advaitacharya is my strength. Gadadhar Pandit is my family heritage. And Narahari Sarkar is my happiness. I enjoy taking bath in the dust of the lotus feet of Vaishnavas and chanting the names of the Vaishnavas or my offerings of oblations. I have concluded that to relish the mellows of devotion service, Srimad Bhagavatam is the best medium. Let my mind be fixed in accepting the remnants of the Vaishnavas, and I will be jubilant to hear the names of the Vaishnavas. My mind is attached to the courtyard of Vrindavan, says Narottam Thakur. Narottam Thakur ki Sri Nityananda Prabhu ki Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki Srila Prabhupada ki Chandradashi Mahamahotsav ki. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. I went way ahead of time today. Thank you for joining all of you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna.